Yo, what is good, Ninja? OJ here. Welcome to another video. Today we've got some great information for you guys, so let's go ahead and get right into it. And of course, we're going to be starting off with Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. You know we're going to be talking about this game a lot leading up until launch. So Super Smash Bros. Ultimate has its official page up, and we have learned that the game officially supports cloud saves. Now, what we did learn at the most recent Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Direct was that the game is going to use the smartphone app to where you can link up to that and actually use voice chat. Of course, it's going to be online play. They have the whole revamped lobbies. They also have the new matchmaking and all of that. So all of that is good, but cloud saves were not detailed or if they were going to be in there. But now we have the official page saying that yes, the game supports cloud saves, smartphone app, and also online play with the Nintendo Switch Online. So this is definitely good to hear because there are a few big first-party titles that don't support cloud saves. For example, Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, and Nintendo's reasoning for that was they don't want item duplication and stuff like that, even though they could do workarounds, but whatever. That was their reasoning for that. And then also games like Splatoon, same thing. They don't want item duplication, cheating, whatever the case is, even though there's other games that do stuff like Fortnite, you know, and there's no cheating with that, or at least they do their best to catch people. So it is what it is there, but it's good to see Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, a game with so much content, with so much music, stages, characters, just everything. You don't want to lose your progress, which I've seen people lose their progress before in Smash Brothers, and it's definitely not good. All those different spirits, everything that this game entails, like, you definitely want to have some type of backup way to do so. But I always say this, and I'll probably pretty much bring it up anytime we talk about cloud saving and all that. I'm wondering when Nintendo's going to get the local backup option. I think it'd be really good to pair that with this as well, have a local backup option for those who have multiple Switches or who just want to have an extra save method. Then you can also have the cloud saves as well as part of the Nintendo Switch Online. So I think it's a good dynamic. I like that they have it, but hopefully they add a local backup option as well. But overall, this is good to see. Obviously not quite perfect when it comes to everything, but still really good that Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is getting cloud saves. We just need that local backup option and everything will be set there, but I'm happy about it. I mean, there's something that's reassuring at this point, given how it is right now. Like, there's something that's reassuring to be able to say, okay, my Xenoblade Chronicles 2 save that has like 200 hours plus or whatever is good because it's cloud saved. So I think I'm going to feel the same way once like Super Smash Bros. Ultimate comes out. We get those cloud save backups and everything, so that's definitely good. Now, I do want to move into a little bit more about Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and this game has a ridiculous amount of content, and there's just been some chatter here and there. Once again, I've heard people talk on the internet. I've kind of taken in a lot of different sides when it comes to the reaction of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and obviously not everyone is going to be as thrilled about everything about the game as I am, as somebody who's a hardcore Super Smash Bros. Fan. But it's interesting just to see some of the statistics that this game has brought to the table. On the official page, they say over 900 different music compositions in this game. 900 different music compositions. You have multiple stages, hundreds of stages, hundreds of variations when you toggle on or off when it comes to the 3 platforms or stage hazards as well. And then on top of that, you have 74 characters plus in this game. I'm not sure if there's another game. Actually, no, there is not another fighting game that has offered this much content from a bigger style game. We're not talking about like Dragon Ball, Budokai Tenkaichi, something like that, but we're talking about like bigger, high quality games. Like, let's just say like Tekken or Soul Calibur and stuff like that. There has not been a game that's ever offered this much content for $60. So it was interesting seeing some of the people's reactions, and I talked about this last night on my PE Live about like the Piranha Plant and kind of how they're doing DLC and how Nintendo's kind of structuring this. And if you look at what Nintendo did last generation with the Wii U, and you look at what they're doing this generation with the Switch and DLC with Smash Brothers, it absolutely blows away what they did beforehand. And on top of that, I'm looking at Super Smash Brothers versus a lot of the other big fighting games out there, and this is probably the best DLC plan that I've seen. This is the best content for characters and DLC plan that I've seen for a game, because a lot of these other fighting games, they have a bunch of these characters done, guys. Like, they have a bunch of these characters done, and then they literally cut them out of the full roster. Yes, this is not me just making up conspiracy theories. They literally cut them out of the full roster and say, okay, we're gonna sell them as seasons, or we're gonna sell them as extra downloadable content afterwards. We've seen Capcom do this multiple times. I think Bandai Namco might be doing doing it, once again, might be doing it with games like My Hero 1's Justice or games like Soul Calibur, where those characters are pretty much done. You can get them on day one if you pre-order the game or something like that, or if you buy the Fighters Pass, you get that character, which it's like whatever. I'm not going to sit here and complain a lot about it, but it's something that if you look at Smash Brothers, they should be applauded for what they're doing here, because you get 70 something characters out of the box, and you also get a free DLC character. All you got to do is just buy the game until like what, January 21st, and then you get the Piranha Plant for free. So I would love to see other developers do that, say, hey, we're also going to be doing DLC, but here's 70 characters, or here's a ton of characters. Look at Street Fighter. Look at what they did there with their seasons. They're on like season 4 or something like that, and they're still not up to what they had with Super Street Fighter 4. They're still not even up to like what they had with some of their previous incarnations, whereas Smash Brothers, from the very beginning, they're giving you the most characters of any Smash Brothers game, the most characters of any Smash Brothers game, and then they're also giving you a free DLC character before they even get into the DLC pass. But on top of that, the characters aren't done. That's the difference between Smash Brothers and Nintendo and some of what these other companies are doing. The characters are going to be built from scratch after the game is done, whereas a lot of these characters that you're paying for in season passes and all that are already done or pretty much near done, and they're not giving you options to get the characters for free. For example, like Dragon Ball Fighters, right? I think that not all of them have been done. Obviously, they've been working on stuff afterwards, but it's really obvious that Bandai Namco definitely held back characters for that game and kind of what they are doing, considering the launch roster and the DLC plans afterwards. And they're making money off of that, which is whatever. If you want to get into the game and play it, that's what you can do. You can decide how you spend your money. But I didn't really see a bunch of people going crazy about that or anything. And like, once again, Bandai Namco has been doing this for a while now, and nobody's really kind of came after them too hard about it. So for me, I'd love to see them all employ a system like Super Smash Bros., but that's just my opinion on the matter. What do you guys think about cloud saves and how Nintendo's handling the release of characters and DLC? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, and moving on to the last topic here, there is a brand new Dragon Quest Monsters game in development for consoles, starring Eric and Mia from Dragon Quest XI Echoes of an Elusive Age. So this is interesting because Square Enix usually does this, or sometimes they do this. They just announce a game and then they just say like no information on it. We just working on this. Like, why even just wait? Just like, I don't understand it. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into what the story is here. So we get a brand new look at this game, at least the protagonist. A brand new entry in the Dragon Quest Monsters series is in development for console. Square Enix announced during the Dragon Quest Monsters 20th anniversary coming of age ceremony broadcast. The game is not a new entry in the Dragon Quest Monsters Joker series, nor is it a remake. It is a completely new work. The protagonists are Eric and Mia from Dragon Quest XI Echoes of an Elusive Age, and you guys are checking out some of the art here from Akira Toriyama. So nice illustrations here. Further information was not announced at all. So let's go ahead and get into this, because Dragon Quest Monsters is one of those weird offshoot type of series that have come over to the West, I think, for the most part. Or it's not Joker, so I'm not exactly sure. It's not Joker's series, but it's Dragon Quest Monsters, which is kind of like Joker's, which is kind of all weird. And Dragon Quest does all sorts of different type of stuff. They have builders, they have monsters, they have Joker, they have this, they have that, they have the main series. But anyway, Dragon Quest Monsters coming to console. Now, based on what this series has done before, it looks like it's probably going to be on the Nintendo Switch at least. I would guess, basing it off of what they've been doing with Dragon Quest, it's going to be PlayStation 4 and it's going to be Nintendo Switch. Those are the two systems that I think it would be on. We have Dragon Quest Builders coming out later this year. I think it comes out this year in Japan. Yeah, it's going to be coming out pretty soon here, within the next month or two, and then probably early next year for the West. And that is coming out on PlayStation 4 and also the Nintendo Switch. We also have Dragon Quest XI Echoes of an Elusive Age that released on the 3DS and also on the PlayStation 4 in Japan, and then here in the West we're getting it on the Nintendo Switch, but they didn't release the 3DS version of that game, or they're not going to release the 3DS version of that game here in the West. So that pretty much tells me, I think, that it's probably going to be a PlayStation 4 and Nintendo Switch type of game, but I'm really looking forward to Dragon Quest Builders more so than anything. They just announced this one. We don't have a lot of information, but Dragon Quest Builders is coming soon to Japan. They've been showing off the multiplayer and everything like that. But these offshoot games, or these spin-off games from Dragon Quest, some people really like them, sometimes more than the actual main games. games. I know Dragon Quest Builders has a really core, dedicated fan base that just absolutely loves what that game does, and I streamed that game multiple times on this channel, and I had a blast doing so. I actually need to get back into that game, and once I get my new SD card, I definitely will. I'm going to get a fat SD card for Black Friday and all that, 400 gigabytes, so that's going to be a lot of fun. And I'm going to re-download all that stuff that I had because I got a brand new Nintendo Switch, the Super Smash Bros. Edition. So yeah, I'm going to definitely be doing that, but it's one of those things where I look at it and I see like what they're doing with Dragon Quest. I'm pretty excited that they're bringing over all of these games and they're finally kind of getting back into it with the Nintendo Switch. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they have to offer, looking forward to Square Enix games. I know that Square Enix has a whole division dedicated to the Switch, so I'm pretty sure that they'd be porting this, or somebody would pick it up at some point when it comes to within Square Enix and what they can do. So what do you guys think about Dragon Quest Monsters and what they're doing here, new gaming development for console, also Super Smash Bros. News? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Alright, Ninja, that wraps it up for this video here. Go ahead and check out the links in the description below. We got Facebook and Twitter. Go ahead and give us a like and a follow on our social media. Really helps us spread the content of PlayerEssence across the internet in addition to YouTube. Also, make sure you check out our Patreon, Twitch, and YouTube live gaming pages and consider supporting PlayerEssence. When you do so, it gets you access to all sorts of cool benefits, perks, rewards, and emotes via YouTube membership. Hit that like button if you did like this video. Let me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future. And subscribe to PlayerEssence for the latest RPG, Japanese, and Nintendo gaming news. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you for the next video. Peace!